to be the first DApp hoping to launch on both Stellar and Ethereum with the same token. BitHum pushes for cryptocurrency adoption throughout South Korea. France aims to be the home of ICOs. Tennessee formally recognizes the legal power of smart contracts. Litepay ceases all activity. Lightning apps may be upon us very shortly. And Coinbase logos spotted in the new intro for Silicon Valley. We got all your headlines mixed with some daily market analysis. I'm Elio Trades, and your FUD TV Daily Update starts now. Diving in here on the total market capitalization for cryptocurrency markets, we can see that we have been slip and sliding since March 5th, all the way down here until the March 18th, bottoming out around 275 billion, which is an annual low for our entire cryptocurrency market. As you see, we worked our way up to 350 billion, but have been beaten back down again. And as you see, we are tanking a little bit down here towards this $300 billion market. And this is not good to see. We're really starting to look bearish here as we're coming into the mid part of the day. Obviously, Mondays are typically good days for growth as people get back into the offices, and there tends to be a bit of a sell-off over the weekend. So we usually see some nice growth in the early part of the week, but unfortunately right now we're seeing some bearish trends coming around here. So we'll look to see what happens here, but obviously if we can find out more, it's probably going to be on the Bitcoin chart here. So as we see, yes, Bitcoin has lost almost 8% of its market value. Ethereum with a 10% drop here. Ethereum hasn't been in the 400s in months. This is extremely low for the top 10 coins. We can see pretty solid losses across the top 10 coins. Tron getting beaten back again. We see that all of these coins are really in the sort of 10% range in losses, and that is significant. When you have all of the top coins losing about 10% of their market value, that is significant to say the least. And so we can see here that we are getting bargain basement prices on some of these blue chip coins, but we're also seeing the market show that it's just not quite strong enough to build for a bull run yet. Even though we've got consistent good news coming out of the blockchain and distributed ledger space, we are consistently seeing some slide here, and this is a significant slide from the last 2 days. We've lost about a sixth of our market cap. You know, that's not something small. It's about 15% across the entire market cap. Hopping over to the biggest gainers and losers, it is really no surprise to see Ontology doing well, as we are very much so big fans of Ontology, and we see a huge future for this coin. We'd love to see it dip a little bit more so we can continue to expand and accumulate our position in this coin. We're certainly hoping to see it go down and test that $1 range, as we think it's still a little ways away from deployment. So hopefully it'll get back down there. Guys, stop buying up the Ontology. We're trying to get a bigger position. Come on. Also with a nice gain, we have Oyster Pearl, which is another very cool coin that's trying to repurpose internet servers. We have some really interesting stuff in the top 10 here. Obviously, Digix DAO is supposedly tied to real-world assets. It's not quite a tether, but it's a similar kind of pegged type of currency, so we can see why it might not be losing or having as much sway as the rest of the market. All in all, this is a pretty red day, and we should be prepared for some market slide. Hopefully we can maintain some strength here around the Bitcoin numbers, but regardless, we've seen the market decide to take a little bit of a step back, a retracement. In some of our lead news out of the day, we have an announcement that the Kik app will be launching on not just Ethereum and not just Stellar, but both of them using the same token. Further details are still forthcoming, but we do know that the Kik app is going to process all of its transactions through the Stellar network, but it's also going to rely on the Ethereum network for liquidity. Essentially, the tokens will be locked on one side whenever they're unlocked on a different blockchain. If I wanted to send my Ethereum-based Kin token to the Stellar network, it would essentially lock itself on the Ethereum network via smart contract, and then it would be unlocked on the Stellar network. It's very interesting stuff, and hopefully one of the first examples of cross-chain interoperability that we see coming in this year. Bruno Le Maire of France is attempting to introduce ICO regulations in a bid to attract the next hot cryptocurrency or blockchain-based startups. In an article published on the French website, Numérama, Le Maire explains that France has every interest in becoming the first major financial center to propose an ad hoc legislative framework for companies making an initial coin offering. Le Maire continued by saying a revolution is underway, of which Bitcoin is only the precursor. The blockchain will offer new opportunities to our startups. For example, with the initial coin offerings, ICO, that allow them to raise funds through tokens. The promise is to create a network of confidence without intermediaries, offers increased traceability, and will boost economic efficiency. It's weird to see a retracement on days like this when you see such positive news coming out of such big world leaders, but of course, the markets don't always reflect the news. We couldn't love this story anymore, and hopefully this ushers in a truly new era of blockchain-based startups and innovation coming from the ICO space. In absolutely huge news, BitHum, which is one of the leading cryptocurrency exchanges in South Korea, is partnering with a mobile service or a mobile payments provider that will make virtual currencies available at thousands of outlets throughout South Korea. The two companies will work to make virtual currencies available at 6,000 outlets within the first half of the year and probably 8,000 by the end of the year. Essentially, they're taking all the cryptocurrencies that are available or on offer on BitHum's exchange and making them usable like real fungible currency throughout all of these real locations. This is amazing, and it sees a direct partnership between the exchanges and payment providers, bridging the gap and helping make our crypto assets all that more useful. We love what's going on in South Korea. It's rapidly becoming one of the most evolved and forward-looking cryptocurrency markets. And in Tennessee, smart contracts were just given the power of law as they've been recognized as official and legal documents. As the text of the bill explains, quote, as introduced, recognize the legal authority to use blockchain and smart contracts in conducting electronic transactions, protects ownership and rights of certain information secured by blockchain technology. I know this seems a little bit superfluous and maybe obvious, but yes, smart contracts should be enforceable by law. And if we do get to the point where they are fully enforceable and have the power and the weight of law, then we can truly approach what Da Hongfei commonly refers to as a smart economy. This is honestly the first bill of its kind, and we're really excited to see the ramifications of such legislation and how this will progress into really empowering everyone to take advantage of the advantages of smart contracts and then have them backed and upheld in the court of law in your local jurisdiction. That's pretty amazing. It's really bridging the real world, quote unquote, with the future of the blockchain-based economy. And sad to say, Litepay has ceased all operations. The CEO of Litepay is selling the company and it's not going forward. So all those who are expecting Litecoin to sort of introduce Litepay, it's just not gonna happen. And FileBazaar looks to be one of the first Lightning apps or LApps ever developed and implemented on the Lightning Network. So the innovative team at Blockstream has developed the first of 6 planned Lightning Network apps or LApps today. Blockstream has been a huge supporter of the Lightning Network movement, and to commemorate the epic release of this new protocol, Blockstream has promised to release the new LAP of the day for the next 5 days. Their latest release, FileBazaar app, was introduced this morning to an excited crypto community. Essentially, FileBazaar allows you to have complete control over how your content generates revenue. This is a total revelation, as obviously most content creators are forced to bend to the whims of YouTube and other content sharing platforms like Twitch, where you have essentially a central body that can just decide to shut off your monetization or kill switch your entire content channel. We don't really believe that this is right. We believe in free speech and content ownership, so this is a really cool revelation. Interesting stuff. We'll have to look more into FileBazaar and how it works. Obviously, as content creators, we're pretty interested and we'll be following this, and if it makes sense, we might just implement it here on this channel. Supposedly, they've been developing these apps alongside of the Lightning platform and have really been pushing it as fast as it can go. It seems like Lightning's really only in its beta release, but here they are trying to release some apps and really push the full functionality of this platform. We think it's pretty awesome. Obviously, there's some cries that this might be moving too fast or that they lack patience, but what's the point in patience when you're revolutionizing the world? Let's keep pushing this rock as fast as we can. I love it. And to end this on a light note, we see that Coinbase has been added to the Silicon Valley intro. If you guys are not Silicon Valley fans on HBO, I highly suggest you change your life and go watch that show because it is hilarious. I personally thought the last few seasons got a little less funny, but I saw the season opener last night and it was hilarious, so go check it out. We had the web revolution, we had the mobile web revolution, now we're having the blockchain revolution. Pretty awesome to see, and it's making its way into pop culture as well. We can only hope for more of the same as time goes on. There's a lot that we covered today, from new Lightning apps, apps being deployed on Stellar and Ethereum. We have revolutions coming out of the French Ministry of Finance, with Bruno Le Maire really leading the charge on ICOs. We're having so much positive news come out of the cryptocurrency world. It's kind of weird to see us backsliding or retracing. So let us know what you think of this whole market fluctuation in the comments below. We're really curious what you guys think. Of course, if you're an investor or enthusiast in the space, we do multiple cryptocurrency videos each and every day, so subscribing to this channel is not a bad idea. Once again, I'm Elio Trades. It's been an absolute pleasure having you with us on FUD TV, and we'll catch you very soon on the next episode.